You know, there were those who died on 9/11, but countless others who died way after 9/11, including a young Travis Manion, who was so affected by the 9/11 attacks that he signed up to fight, and he went to Iraq, and he never came back. And his sister has never forgotten that or him, but she's done an amazing amount of good. Ryan Manion joins us right now, heads the Travis Manion Foundation, the president. Well, they call her a Gold Star sister. I think you'll just call her a Gold Star human being. Ryan, very good to have you.
Thanks so much for having me, Neil.
Tell us a little bit about your brother.
My brother was incredible. He was a first lieutenant in the Marine Corps who asked himself why he had to go to Iraq. And, you know, like many of our men and women who serve, they felt a calling to defend and protect and serve this country. And he represents this generation of men and women post 9/11 that have served and sacrificed. And, you know, I feel incredibly grateful that I had him in my life, and incredibly grateful for what he represents.
Well, it's the enormous amount of good you've done in his name and in his memory. It got me thinking, on the day of the attacks themselves, what was he doing and what was he telling you?
On the day of, on September 11, 2001, my brother was a midshipman at the United States Naval Academy. My dad was a reservist in the Marine Corps, and I was a college student who woke up and went to my English class that morning, and my English professor said, pull out a piece of paper and write down what's happening right now, your feelings. And I'll never forget, on that paper, I wrote that my deepest fears were that what was happening was going to lead us into war. And what if something happened to my brother or my dad, who, my dad being in the military, my brother I knew would be serving in the military. And the last line of that paper I wrote, I don't know how I would live with myself if something ever happened to them. And 6 years later, my worst fears were realized when Travis gave his life in Iraq.
You know, so many, you know, followed what your brother followed and answered to a whole different power, and so selfless. Do you look back at that day and then, you know, I guess see it against what's going on in Afghanistan today and wonder, wow, everything has gone full circle?
You know, it's hard right now to know that we're just days away from the 20th anniversary of 9/11 and to see what's happening in Afghanistan and for it to end so badly. It's not a good feeling, I'm not going to lie. Veterans, Gold Star families, they don't feel good about all of this. But I think it's even more important now that we come together and we highlight and recognize these incredible men and women that no matter what our leadership decides, no matter what our, you know, what course of action they decide, these men and women raise their right hand and continue that mission. And so important for us 20 years later to continue to honor that sacrifice, but also to recognize and make sure that our next generation understands the incredible, incredible assets we have with the men and women who serve our country.
Ryan, that is beautifully put, and a great tribute to your brother, who no doubt is hearing all of this and loving all of this and loving you and what you've done in his memory. Ryan, thank you very, very much.
Thank you.